All right, welcome back to the Real Estate Huddle, episode 17, my lucky number. And we're going to talk about a fun topic today because we live in one of the best cities for concerts and venues. There's some amazing bands and groups that come here, artists, solo artists, and we've got some great places for them to perform. And so we're going to talk about the Denver metro area, concert venues, where our favorite places have been, maybe tell a few stories about some concerts that we've been to, our favorites and why. Maybe which ones we don't like as much, and just different things like that, so that you guys, any outsiders that are outside of Colorado or people that aren't avid concert goers that maybe would like to try to check out a couple of these places and see some groups perform, you can learn about these and understand about them. So let's kick it off. Let's talk first of all about what are your guys' preferences as far as, some of your favorites or some memories that you have of seeing some of these concerts in these venues.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Colorado, Red Rocks is obviously the big one. There's people who travel to Colorado just to see shows at Red Rocks. But my personal favorite is Fiddlers Green. It's pretty close in Denver. They still have a lot of really big shows, a lot of big artists that come through. And my favorite thing is their general admission is just like a grass field. So you can like throw down a blanket, lay down. You have way more space than you normally would. And so there's just like a lot more ease of finding your friends, hanging out, that sort of thing, at Fiddlers Green. And a lot of the artists like come to the GA section, and like there's these big green pillars that they'll like get up on top of, so you can be a lot closer to the artists, and it's less expensive. So Fiddlers is probably my favorite.
Fiddlers is awesome. To piggyback off that one, because it's an outdoor venue, one I feel like goes often overlooked. They have concerts there every once in a while. But have you guys been to Levitt Pavilion at Ruby Park?
No. I have.
Yeah. So that's a fun one because it's just on a huge hill.
Yeah.
So the hill slopes down into the concert venue. I just saw a concert this last summer, and it was the Yellow Card concert.
Oh, nice. Love Yellow Card.
So Yellow Card, Mayday Parade, and my all-time favorite band ever, Anne Berlin, was there. And they're all old bands now. It kind of like I was the emo kid that didn't dress like an emo kid in high school, so like I loved all those bands. But it was so awesome, and it's a smaller one, so it's a lot smaller than Fiddler's Green as far as the stage goes. But that was a fun one. I really liked that one. It's not as old as some of the other ones, but definitely an outdoor pavilion concert venue. That's pretty awesome. There's another one, just so you know. There's one that's opening this summer, a brand new one.
Oh, the one in the Springs?
I can't remember.
Okay.
But I do know there's one, and It's supposed to be awesome.
Yeah, I know they're building out a huge concert venue. They're expecting a lot of stuff around that in Colorado Springs right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw the plans for it. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a cool venue. Obviously, the Springs is a little further away, but seems like they're planning to attract a lot of people, and I think that one is going to open within the next year, is what I saw. Like this summer, they were hoping to.
Polaris Point in Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think that's it.
That's awesome. It's the new one in Colorado Springs, so should be cool. What about you?
I like Fiddlers. I think I've only been to 2 concerts in Red Rocks, which I'm embarrassed to say because I've been I'm a local. I've grown up here my whole life, but
I've only been to 2 as well.
Really?
Yeah, wow. It's just so expensive now.
Yeah, it is.
Because everybody wants to it's kind of a
world renowned.
It's a mile marker for a lot of artists to play at Red Rocks.
Sure.
So it's expensive.
Yeah. Well, in the history too, like the Beatles played there, right? Back in the 60s.
Everyone's played there.
Yeah.
And it's a natural amphitheater.
I heard that when Fiddlers Green opened, there were people that were so purist and true to Red Rocks that they flew planes with banners that said like, I wish I was at Red Rocks or something like that over Fiddlers Green as the concert venue was playing. Jeez, so like the loyalty to Red Rocks is a big deal just because it's an experience like no other, honestly.
It really is.
And I don't know, they're just the acoustics and the being outside, like seeing the sights, like you got views of the whole city and all the Red Rocks up there and everything. It's just incredible. But
prepare for stairs.
Yes.
Going to Red Rocks.
Man.
The
just
walk
a hike in
to
general.
Get there is pretty far.
For people that are out of state going to Red Rocks, it's a steep incline just to get into the concert venue.
Yep.
For those that don't hike.
Yeah. No,
it's paved, but it's a trek to get into the concert venue.
If you're not used to altitude, don't do a lot of stairs.
Take breaks, bring water. Everything's gonna be fine.
It's
worth it.
Playing basketball at Dakota Ridge High School, which is just a couple minutes down the road. Like we would run up the hill. It was like a couple miles, and then we'd do like one-legged bunny hops and skip a step and do all these different like calisthenic exercises up Red Rocks, and that was our workout back then.
And that is something where people go to Red Rocks just to work out and just to run the stairs and things
cool
like
they
that.
Open it for that purpose, because it is cool. It's just a cool spot to be in general, whether it's for a concert, comedy show, or just to be there. It's kind of a cool experience.
Yeah, and they have Night on the Rocks too, like movies on the
Rocks
Top as well.
Top Gun at Red Rocks was cool.
We did that as a team a few years ago.
That was so fun.
The Top Gun with all the jets flying by with the surround sound. Like it was crazy being outside for that. It was awesome.
I regret I missed a comedy show that I really wanted to go to. Nate Bargatze was there. I think it was Nate Bargatze. But it was like $200 or $300 to go, something like that. But I may be wrong. I might be misquoting there, but super good one. I had a guy. He contacted me once. He's like, "Hey, I've got tickets to a concert at Red Rocks. You want to go?" I was like, "Well, who's playing?" He's like, OneRepublic, and everybody knows OneRepublic. They know their songs. I was like, I'm not a big fan of them, but I'll go. Sure. We were like 3 rows up. It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to at Red Rocks. Like they were so good.
Amazing.
Yeah, OneRepublic was so good. I was in Red Rocks. I was like way up close.
Wow.
And it was
cool.
It was an experience. It was so fun.
Dude, OneRepublic's one of the most talented bands
And their lead singer, he's so good live.
And he's a songwriter.
They're all good live.
Yeah.
And I think they may have been playing, was it with the Colorado Symphony? They had, I don't know if it was the Colorado Symphony, but they had a symphony behind them. So it made it that much better. Like they had a string section and everything. It was so
awesome.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I just turned 39 yesterday, and I got a 14-year-old daughter, so I live through her music, and she loves OneRepublic. So
it's a good one to like.
OneRepublic like all day long in my car.
Yeah, it's good.
That's awesome. But yeah, Fiddlers is cool. I saw AJR at Fiddlers last year.
Yep.
And the lines to get in are crazy. Prepare to not like me very much, but I think we cheated the system. We found like the outhouses right by the entrance, went there, and then after we came out, we just popped right in the line there and just started walking up.
It's funny at Fiddlers Green because
pro tip.
I've done that before, so you can hate me too, but it's very common to do that. It's just smart.
We just had a bunch of people unsubscribe to our podcast.
Yeah,
I hate these guys.
I remember seeing that guy. There was one time because I carry a pocket knife with me almost always, and we were going in, and I totally forgot to leave it in the car. And so they're wanting me. They're like, "Hey, you have to go take your pocket knife." I was like, "Son of a gun!" So I found a tree.
Yeah, hide in a bush. That's the move.
I found a tree. I climbed the tree, set it on top of a branch, and I was like, and everybody saw me doing that. They're like,
"Right,
what are you doing?" I was like, "Don't worry about it." So put my knife up there. And I was like, I'm going to lose it. It's a really nice knife.
Did you get it back?
That knife. It was there. Like, it was still there. Climbed the tree, found it. It was right over the porta potties. And I went to the porta potty, cut in line, and the whole concert was great. Zach Brown Band, by the way.
Oh, that's
fantastic concert at Fiddlers Green.
Yeah.
One of the best I've ever been to.
I've heard.
They were so good.
My sister's gone to that one, and they said they loved it.
Are there any venues you don't like?
I don't know. So Red Rocks, Fiddlers Green, obviously like Empower Stadium, Pepsi Center. Those are all the big ones kind of in Denver.
Yeah.
There's small ones that are fantastic.
There's great small ones and some bad small ones.
There are some bad ones. And the bad ones still have a lot of good bands that play there. But they're bad ones.
Yeah.
Bad one. And do you guys have any non-favorites?
The Ogden. I hate the Ogden, and I
right
will say it proudly.
Ogden's not the best one.
Yeah, no,
but dang it, have they had some amazing bands play there?
I don't know how they trick them into doing it. They must not know the Ogden.
I think people are just trying to get in to the music scene.
Well, especially as bands are up and coming too. Like it seems like that's where they stop and go. I've seen a couple concerts there.
A lot of the bands I followed growing up played at the Ogden, the Fillmore, Bluebird. A lot of those venues.
Fillmore and Bluebird are great smaller venues. If you like EDM, Black Box is a small venue that has a lot of like up and coming Colorado artists, more local artists. There's even smaller ones like Lost Lake, Cervantes Ballroom. So if you're interested in more of like the local music scene, there's definitely options there as well.
It's awesome.
Do you have any that you hate?
No, I don't experience at the Ogden. We went and we saw it was a Michael Jackson like lookalike concert.
You spent money on that?
We did. Yeah. And the dude performing was actually pretty legit. It was pretty awesome actually. But there was this guy, like super suspicious dude that like kept on putting his like hands in his pockets in his jacket, and he kind of looked like he was like following us or like walking around. It just like
was Jazz with you?
Yeah, it kind of spooked us a little bit. So we were like keeping an eye on him the whole time. We didn't really enjoy the concert as much. We weren't paying attention to Michael on stage.
Get some scary figures around that area.
Yeah, but I guess that could happen anywhere. But it was just kind of like the environment and everything. It was just spooked us a little bit. But me and my buddies in high school, on a blizzard night, we drove up to Boulder to go see Saves the Day. It was a band back then we were way into.
Great band.
And we drove. We saw so many cars like spin off the road. I don't know why my mom let me drive her car to like go up there and let us do it at this point, because the roads were awful.
She just needed you out of the house.
Yeah, apparently we were like driving 30 miles an hour. It took us forever to get up there, but that was one of the funnest venues I think I've ever been to, at the Fox Theater in Boulder.
I've never been to that one.
Fox is good.
Yeah, I've heard about that one.
It was cool.
Yeah,
I just remember having like such a great time that night, and it was cool. I'll always remember that experience with the blizzard.
Have you guys been to Mission Ballroom?
I have.
So I think it's newer. I don't remember it being around when I was a kid, but it's one of the coolest venues I've ever been to. I'm pretty sure it's fairly new because it looks newer, but it's in Denver. It's like in Denver, and I saw one of my favorite new country artists there, and he put on like, it was cool because it's like so you have like a general seating area. It's like really big. There's like bars and concessions that surround that bottom area. And then above those concessions are all like little stadium bench seating all the way around it. And it's a huge stage. And there's some pretty good bands and artists that are playing there now. And it's newer. It's really well kept. The bathrooms are great. Like, it's just like really, really nice.
That's awesome.
And Ian Munsick, that's who I saw there. It was like a phenomenal concert, one of the best that Jay and I have been to, and that's probably one of my favorites right now.
That's cool.
Mission Ballroom.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've never checked that out.
Yeah, I'd say the layout is like kind of similar to First Bank Center, where they have like the GA down and then like the rest of the seating. Yep. I saw a bluegrass band I've never heard of there.
Who?
And I
can't remember that.
I could look it up, but my buddy had extra tickets and just invited me.
Was it Nickel Creek?
I think it might have been. It sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah,
but yeah, favorites. Showed up with a knife to that one. We both had knives, and he was like, we'll just hide it in this bush. And like everybody's watching us get turned away for having these knives and then walk over and rustle like into a bush. So I was like, our knives are gone. We're not getting those back.
Bury them here. Put a rock on.
They were there when we came back, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Nobody messes with knives, baby.
The honest people of Denver.
If you want free knives, go to concert venues in the shrubberies.
In the bushes.
Seriously. Now Ballerina has like a no bag policy. No, you can't bring anything.
Yeah.
So there's people that are probably like stuffing purses in bushes. You never know.
They have the clear bag policy thing, like Pepsi Center.
I don't know. It's like they're like a no bag venue now.
No, yeah, it can't. It has to be like a clutch almost. Like it has to be, or like a small bag.
It's like the airlines are checking the size.
You're aware of that. Yeah.
That. And speaking of Peps or Ballerina, awesome venue for sports and concerts.
Yeah.
What was the last concert you guys went to at Ballerina? Have you been to one?
Jasmine and Miley just went to Jonas Brothers.
Jay went to that one too.
Yeah.
She had to go.
Yeah, they waved to each other. Yeah. I remember that.
She tells me about that every day.
Yeah. But no, I
Jonas Brothers.
haven't gone to one in a while. I was thinking back at some of my best concert memories, and I think I saw I remember we were walking up to Fiddlers Green, and we came to see Green Day and Blink-182 back in like 2001 too.
Yeah.
And we were walking up and we heard this band Jimmy Eat World. We're like, who's
that? Oh man, I would have given anything to see
I like Jimmy Eat World. I know them.
Like, who's that? And they were walking out. They sound okay, but they're not Green Day, back then. And so we saw all three of those in one night, but we were like late to Jimmy Eat World because we didn't even like
know who it was.
No anticipation for them at all, and I wish we would have been there on time.
They're immortal now.
Yeah, and I saw them again at the Fillmore later, and Jimmy Eat World at the Fillmore was unreal.
Yeah,
and I don't even think they played with anyone. It was just them for like 2 hours. It was so good.
Fiddlers Green, they had a big festival, like the 93.3 Big Gig is what they used to call it.
Yeah,
and I saw. It was like Plain White Tees, I Hate Kate, Motion City Soundtrack, Single File was there, like all these like alternative emo bands that were there. It's one of the coolest concerts I've been to. But I saw there were a couple like Motion City Soundtrack wasn't as big. You may still not know who they are, but it was like one of those bands that we came late to. I was like, oh man, yeah, these guys are awesome live. And then they got really big, and it's interesting to look back at the openers that you've seen at concert venues. You're like, holy crap, they got big real fast.
Totally.
Oh, man. I saw John Mayer. The best concert I saw at Ball Arena was John Mayer. Mm-hmm. His concerts are awesome just because he's an amazing guitarist. But that was the last one we went to.
Right.
Have you been to one at Ball Arena, Jackson?
I think so. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head if I have. I know I've been to Ball Arena, but just couldn't tell you. One thing that just came to mind, a bad one, the Denver Coliseum. I've always concerts there. Well, the Denver Coliseum's in a bad area of Denver already.
And the Purito dog chow.
Yeah,
love that smell.
Yeah, just as a venue, was not particularly impressed with that one either. And then one we didn't mention, the Paramount Theatre.
Paramount's great.
Yeah, I've seen comedy there. I haven't seen like an actual musician there. Yeah. It's more of like a traditional theater style setup. But that was a good one. That's a big venue, and it wasn't crazy expensive or anything either.
That's awesome. I saw Bryan Adams acoustic at the Buell too. That was awesome.
Oh, dang.
Like the Buell Theater is amazing. Definitely.
Yeah. Buell's cool. I just saw.
No. That was Paramount. That was the Paramount Theater. I'm pretty sure that we saw him at.
Well, the Buell, because the Buell, they do a lot of
plays and
shows. I went to this one, and judge me if you will.
Yeah.
It wasn't my choice. I got invited. Mm-hmm. It was funny. It's actually a really funny story. So Jay's best friend, Katie, Jay and Katie bought tickets for all three of us to go to this show. Jay got sick, so it was just me and Katie. But then I was like, I guess I'll invite my sister Jossie because she loves shows. So we all went. So it was me, my sister, and my wife's best friend Katie all went and saw Mamma Mia.
And you're admitting
awesome.
On record?
Yeah, the show was great. They did a good job. But that theater's cool.
Oh yeah,
and
the plays are awesome.
Yeah, the plays are really good.
I didn't even know they had live action Mamma Mia.
Yeah, neither did I. But they did a great job.
Jasmine's gotten me way into the theater. Like we've seen a lot of those, and I always walk away like enjoying it.
Oh, they're fun. They're entertaining. Yeah. I'm like, I'd go into it every time saying, I am not a musical guy.
Yeah.
But I walk out saying, that was fun. Worth my time for sure.
All of our like concert goers are like, you guys are getting soft. Like, get back to concert venues. It sucks.
I don't know if I'm going to subscribe to this anymore.
But that's okay. There's the theatrical part too, and a lot of people appreciate that as well. Like I even like the classics. Like the Jasmine's taken me to My Fair Lady, Annie, like some of those, and
Denver Center of the Performing Arts. Yeah, they always have those classic plays. And
the cover on the building there, and that whole like section. It's just cool. It's outdoor, but it's like open air, and it's a really fun spot in Denver. So definitely a good one to check out.
I even went to I saw a comedy show at Denver University. I can't remember what their little concert hall is, but it was Ryan. Have you guys heard of Ryan Hamilton? No. He's this comedian from Idaho. He's hilarious, but it was awesome. That's a really cool theater venue too. If you have a show there,
that's awesome.
But
first.
Go ahead. I'm just saying, like, we have like plays, music, like we have a really cool culture as far as performing arts goes here, and I don't think a lot of people realize that Denver's a pretty big hub for that.
Yeah, especially for electronic music, we're a big hub. Obviously, there's typically raves at like Red Rocks and all the bigger venues. There's also like if you just want live music, like a live DJ. I know that the church, Temple nightclub, your mom's house, places like that have, you know, local artists who are people who go and tour, but while they're here, they'll do sets, you know, on nights. So those are ones where if you just want to look up, you know, a good DJ locally and hear some live music, you can go.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go to the Gothic?
Yeah.
I have not.
I've seen a couple shows there.
Yeah. That's one I haven't been to.
Yeah.
I never got around to the Gothic.
Yep.
Here it's a cool one.
I like the Gothic.
Smaller, right?
Ogden. Yeah.
I hate the Ogden.
It's an older one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a cool building. It's got a lot of character to it. There's also
the
like
Bluebird,
the Ellie Caulkins Opera House downtown as well. There's a smaller theater. I can't remember the name of it, but we went to go see a show. It was like a comedy show, Broadway show. And guess who was on the front row when we were there?
Nikola Jokic.
How'd you know?
Really?
You remember the selfie that I had with him, right? Yeah.
Well, I just figured that was the maybe that was it.
Jokic, the Joker. His legs are sitting out like 7 feet out of the aisle, and I walk up and I see this guy like taking a picture with it. And I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be that guy. But
you couldn't help a fangirl.
I'm going to because it's the only chance I'm ever going to get to meet the Joker. And I got to meet. He was so cool. He was like, oh yeah, sure, why not?
Actually, here he's
and
super
took
nice.
a picture with me, and yeah, it was awesome.
My brother's a big fan. He thought the Nuggets' best player was Joe, first name Joe, last name Kitch.
Jokic.
Jokic.
No.
Yeah.
That guy is pretty good, but you should hear about this guy named Jokic.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, any last thoughts on theaters and
I mean, I could talk about
venues?
this subject for a long time, but I think we hit a good
close
solid
it down.
foundation on this one.
Yeah, get out and see a concert. Go check some
Especially
venues out.
especially in the summer. Like these outdoor venues are awesome. Red Rocks is always an experience.
Totally.
Fiddlers Green's awesome.
Yep.
Just get out there. It's so fun.
Enjoy that
Good music
300
out
plus days of sunshine and go out and see a show.
Yep.
All right, thanks for listening, you guys. We'll catch you next time on the Real Estate Huddle. So if you have enjoyed what you're listening to and you'd like to hear more, make sure to press that subscribe button so that you can not miss out on any more episodes that are coming up. And also check out all of our contact information is below. You can see us at the dreamsmithteam.com to look up more information about our team and our history and all of the members of our team and see contact information that you can reach us if you have any real estate needs.
See you next time.